Hello.
I'm Sarah.
And I'm David, and we're here very soon after our last video to talk more about Big Brother.
There's so much going on this week.
Really
we're doing
is.
a gazillion videos.
Yeah, it's exciting stuff.
We did a double eviction video, and we talked about that craziness because that was crazy. Since then, so much has happened. The Sunday night episode showed us the fallout before the double eviction.
Right.
Caught us up on James being honest with Paulie
Giving
and
him
the
a
group.
heads up, yeah.
Saying Zakia's gonna go. Paulie, of course, loses it, doesn't handle it well. It's a personal attack against Paulie. Of course, everything's a personal attack against Paulie.
Yeah, but James is like, it's a game, and this is just a game move. We're getting
And
Zakia
I love that James said, dude, you're an aggressive person.
Yeah, and he is.
He is. I'm also really, really glad that they showed the whole mess with him and Natalie.
Yes.
There was a lot of talk online about, you know, production and favoritism. I mean, people online always speculate about production's involvement, and no one really knows.
Right.
But there's speculation that they love Paulie, and so they won't show that stuff, but they did. Credit to production.
Yes.
They showed a lot of nasty stuff that Paulie said, and he looks bad, and everyone now saw it because it was not just on the feeds, it was on TV.
Yeah, people are not happy about that stuff. He's not winning any fans with that kind of behavior.
No.
But I will say, after James gave him the heads up, I mean, Paulie was a little too aggressive for my taste, but I was impressed with his gameplay going straight into Paul, right? And saying, Paul, what do you know about this? And Paul's like, what are you talking about? And Paulie's like, well, James just told me, so what's the deal? Like, he just went right and confronted that person and didn't allow him time to, like, build a lie, right? But they had already planned it so well.
But I would say, I mean, Paulie's been playing a great game from the beginning, so that doesn't surprise me. I'm actually more surprised that Paul was able to lie.
Well, because they set him up for it so well by canceling out his vote, so he has plausible deniability to just say,
but he didn't
all
stumble.
I know is James is canceling my vote. Like, why
usually
are you coming
when he
at
has
me?
to lie, he stumbles.
Yeah, it's true.
So at least he got it out
Yes.
and said, oh, all I know is this.
It was the first impressive lie for Paul this season.
So then we see the HOH competition.
Right.
Victor wins.
Good job, Victor.
Victor has been the HOH really 2 weeks in a row because Corey's little double eviction doesn't really last a week.
Right.
We know Victor's a comp beast. He battled back into the show.
Yeah.
It's also awesome because Victor doesn't owe anyone anything.
No.
He owes no one loyalty except maybe Paul. But like if you want someone to do your dirty work, Victor will do it.
Yeah.
And that is what his role is right now. It's so great.
And it's great because it is legit that he doesn't know anyone. He can stand up there and say, you guys blindsided me, you backdoored me, and it was a 9-1 vote. So like, F all of you.
Here we go. So after he wins HOH, Paulie feels pretty comfortable, Corey feels pretty comfortable because, they're all bros.
Yeah, they've got the boardroom going on,
Paulie
right? They're all in an alliance.
immediately tells everyone who the nominees should be, as he does.
Yes, and it should be Natalie and Michelle for sure.
Of course, gotta get those girls out.
Yeah.
And they all nod along. Exit Paul and Victor, and Paul's like, here's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Now, Victor did question it for a moment, but then, luckily, he remembered, Paulie backdoored you.
Yes.
Literally, Paulie backdoored you.
Yeah, and Paul had, like, a case to make, and he made it really well, saying, like, we're never gonna have these numbers again.
Right.
This is the moment when we have to get one of these people out, otherwise, we're screwed.
Isn't it amazing to see how Paul has turned into a decent player?
Like,
do you remember that he had to learn what backdooring was in the beginning of this season?
Yes. He has picked up so fast on all this gameplay. I'm shocked. And he's really likable now. He was so heinous in the beginning.
Yes.
And now he's fun and
he's
like...
entertaining.
Yeah.
And he's got the game. I'm so impressed. I can't believe we all like Paul now.
I know. It's crazy.
Victor, being the ballsy guy that he is, nomination ceremony, he throws up Corey and Paulie.
Oh, it was so good. And Paulie's face, it looked like he was about to flip that table, right? He was blindsided by that.
This is so not how Paulie feels like things should roll.
Yeah.
Like I don't think he ever expected to ever be on the block.
Yes.
He literally thinks he's running the house, and he was.
Yeah.
But he thinks he's invincible.
Yeah, even after all the fallout with Natalie, and even after being sort of blindsided that Zakia was going home, he still thinks he's in charge, right? He's running this alliance of 5 guys, but not so, sir.
Spoiler of things that they haven't shown on TV yet. As soon as those nominees happen, Paulie is on a tear. Mm-hmm. He is grilling Victor. He is grilling Paul. He is grilling James. Like, he is out for blood.
Yep.
And thank goodness Victor's just like, I'm not dealing with this.
Yeah. Paulie is just like demanding an explanation for why Victor would do this. And Victor's like, I didn't do this to you and you backdoored me, so don't do it to me.
And I'm giving you an opportunity to play veto, which I agree. I would say backdoor Paulie. I would not have even given him the chance to play veto. But Victor has a good point of saying, you didn't give me that chance, and I'm actually giving you that chance.
So you're welcome.
But to that point, Paul pointed out, during double eviction, Paulie was rattled and did not perform well. So let's roll with that, Paul says. Let's get in his head. Let's mess with him. We got to keep him off his game so he doesn't win veto.
Again, who is Paul? Where did this gameplay come from?
This is amazing. But I love how Paul does it because, like, other past players have done this where, like, I'm going to get in his head and rattle. Paulie does it too. Like, Paulie got in Tiffany's head and was like, what? And Vanessa did it last year. Like, a lot of people do it aggressively and they get up in your face and, like, really, like, and I don't like that aggressive in your face. But I like how Paul and Victor and even James and Michelle are just, like, calmly just throwing comments back. Nope, actually, this is what you said. No, that's not how that happened. Wait, really? Bubble, you know, like.
Yeah, do you remember when this happened? And just one thing after another, and you know Paulie, he can't let anything go. Everything is sort of a personal attack on him.
That's why this is so beautiful.
Yeah, so he's really sort of getting worked up, and they just keep piling on and piling on. And then my favorite thing was when Paulie kept talking about, oh, well, you know, Derek did this and Cody said that, and Michelle shuts him down. She goes, you will never be Cody or Derek. Michelle, she is a savage.
And then after that, Paul says, dude, this is BB-18. This is your game.
Yeah.
Stop bringing them up.
Yeah. Nobody cares at this point that you're related to Cody. Nobody cares. This is that you are now Paulie.
I can't even believe he's related to Cody.
I know.
Cody's adorable.
I mean,
he didn't let on any of this crazy. If it runs in that family, I don't know, because he didn't show us this.
Yeah. This plan to rattle him before the veto competition pays off because Victor wins the veto.
Spoiler!
Yes.
There were also prizes and punishments, and it came down to Victor and James took the $5,000.
Yep, and Victor took that power of veto. And now Paulie and Corey are presumably going to stay on the block, right? And they refuse to campaign against each other if they stay on the block.
The bros, you guys.
So Paulie's campaigning to Victor, saying, please take Corey down so that I can campaign against Arinon.
Yeah, he says, take Corey down, put Natalie up there. I'll campaign against her, and James will show his loyalty, and the bros will get back together, and we'll get these girls out.
Yeah.
Okay, stop it, Paulie. Just stop it.
Yeah.
Like, thank goodness Victor keeps shutting this down and no one's falling for this crap. Like, I remember last year with Vanessa, there was a time, there was one little glimmer when they could have gotten her out, and they didn't do it.
Yeah.
And this season, they're doing it. They had the opportunity, and they seized it, and they are shutting him down, and it's beautiful.
And Victor's saying, like, I just gave up $5,000 and a vacation to get this power veto. I'm not going to hand it over to you for your advantage. That's not happening.
Meanwhile, Corey doesn't have to do anything because Paulie is ruining it for himself. If there was any hope of Paulie, like, somehow magically convincing people to keep him, no, because Corey can just continue staring off into nowhere and not saying anything, and Paulie will ruin his own game.
And especially now because each of those guys were doled out punishments in the power veto competition. Paulie has to bake pies every time this thing plays, and Corey has to wear like a unitard, and it's like Uncle Sam or something. And Paulie is now just throwing a little bitch fit and refusing to bake the pies when he's supposed to bake, refusing the punishment.
He's refusing his punishment. He's not going to DR when he's called. He's crying to the other house guests saying that he needed a win. He's claustrophobic. He can't go to jury. If he goes to jury, he's just gonna leave. He's gonna get a plane ticket and leave.
He's gonna give up.
This is like borderline Audrey behavior last year.
Yes, just a total meltdown.
All of a sudden, you think you're not gonna win the game, and you just stop playing.
Yeah, you stop playing by the rules.
You give up because, oh no, it's not going your way.
Yeah.
That is the worst.
That's the worst strategy. Like,
that's such a sore loser.
Yeah, it's crazy.
How many people have gone on the block before and been evicted before?
By you, Paulie. No, yeah. You know, he was running the house for so long and everything's fine. And then the moment it looks like he's about to be evicted, he completely shuts down and says he's going to leave the show and won't even participate in jury.
I
it's
can't
really nuts.
wait to see what they show on TV because this is just bonkers. So many times people have had to say to him, it's a game.
Yeah.
Bro.
It's a game.
Such excitement.
Yeah, I'm like sweating.
I mean, honestly, it was just a week ago when we were like practically giving up on this season.
Yes.
It had become just so the house this, the house that.
Right.
And I am so
Good job, you guys.
impressed
Yes.
with this group of people who put on their big boy britches
Yes.
and they made a move.
Started making big moves.
And you got to give some credit to Michelle.
Yep.
You got to give credit to Natalie.
Yes.
You got to give credit to Paul.
Victor.
And Victor, I mean,
They all stepped up to the plate.
I don't know where you go from here. I don't know how they're going to start chiseling away now. But this is super impressive.
Yeah. Once Paulie's out, I don't know what's going to happen.
This is good game, you guys.
Yeah. So now let's do our on the block moment.
Clearly, we are putting Paulie on the block.
Yeah.
This behavior is beyond. The last week or two, he's really like pushed the envelope of being just a jerk.
Yeah.
And now to have like become
A
crybaby.
sore loser. Yeah, like you said.
Weeks ago, he was like, these girls, all they do is cry. I don't like that. I don't like that. You are literally crying right now.
Yes.
Like, that kind of stuff blows my mind. On the block,
Yeah,
Paulie.
sorry about it. And our head of household moment goes to the other P in the probably dead PP.
Yep.
Paul, because of this amazing gameplay that just apparently he picked up throughout the season ever since he was on the block like 4 weeks in a row at the beginning. And now he's getting in people's heads. He's looking at numbers. He's knowing when to make big moves and, you know, convincing Victor that they need to happen. Just
That
really
boy
great
talks
stuff.
a lot, but he clearly has been listening.
Yes. Well said, Sarah.
So yay!
Woo! It's getting
Woo,
good.
We are getting there.
Yes.
We are 2/3 of the way through this.
Oh my gosh.
Can you believe it?
I can't.
I have no idea who's gonna win now.
And now there's a care package coming that's going to be a
you guys,
co-HOH situation.
Co-HOH. Let's get together and give this to Michelle,
Please.
right?
Yes, Michelle needs to win it.
Michelle needs to win it. She hasn't won one yet. Come
And
on,
it's
let's
only
give it to her.
it's only the guys that are left other than Michelle. It's Corey, Paul, Victor, and Paulie. So
That's
we gotta
right.
give it to Michelle because that's gonna make
And
it
one of those
interesting.
guys is probably gonna win
Yeah,
HOH.
right.
So they don't need this.
So give her the co-HOH.
Let's give it to Michelle.
I voted 20 times today. You all can too.
Every day.
Yeah.
Every day this week you can vote. All right, we will see what happens this week and we will talk to you next week.
All right, see ya.